How is it?
God has 1,000 times more blessing for you.
How is it that a false teacher who folds like a cheap suit every time somebody asks him about an important issue of the day, is homosexuality a sin? I don't know.
Well, like an issue like gay marriage, people look to the ministers for leadership. Is that an issue that's for you against the rules?
You know, it would be, but Mark, I don't really focus on a lot of those things. I try to stay in my lane of what I feel called to do. Now that does come up in interviews and things, but just don't feel like that's not my core message. My core message is how do you have a healthy self-image? How do you let go of the past? How do you raise good children? How do you reach your dreams? Now I know that is part of it.
Yeah, because if you have 45,000 people, some of them are gay.
Oh yeah.
For example, among other things. Yeah.
Absolutely, and everybody's welcome. But my take on it is, you know, it's easy to make one issue to become known for that, or to let it sidetrack your message. And you know, if you look at our congregation or the people that come to Yankee Stadium, including myself, we all have issues. Everybody's on a journey. So I try to say, here's my focus, here's my lane. You know, that's kind of where I've stayed in that.
How are so many people flocking to that? You know what? How I answer that question? People are flocking to that because the Bible is true. Let me read it again. For the time is coming when people will not endure sound teaching, but having itching ears, they will accumulate for themselves teachers to suit their own passions, and will turn away from listening to the truth and will wander off into myths.
Do you feel like you're cheating people by not telling them about the hell part? The repentance part?
No, I really don't, because it's a different approach. You know, it's not hellfire and brimstone, but I say most people are beaten down enough by life. They already feel guilty enough. They're not doing what they should do, raising their kids, or you know, we can all find reasons. So I want them to come to Lakewood or our meetings and be lifted up to say, you know what, I may not be perfect, but I'm moving forward. I'm doing better, and I think that motivates you to do better.
Churches like that grow because the Bible is absolutely true. Because people have itching ears, and they're wandering off into myths. And if we're not careful, we'll be tempted to give the people what they want as opposed to what they need. To be a parent who doesn't make your child eat their vegetables and watches their teeth rot as you give them what they want every meal.